Carnival has proven itself to be a fan favorite in the cruise industry, with cool, innovative restaurants like Guy's Burgers and Shaq's Chicken, not to mention Emeril Lagasse's awesome new restaurant on the Carnival Mardi Gras. But check this, Carnival's also known for the craziest activities at sea, with the roller coaster Bolt being the first and only roller coaster on a cruise ship, which is insane. I mean, pretty wild, right? So in my newest segment that I'm excited to bring to you guys today is some of the biggest, coolest, priciest, craziest, dare I say the cruisiest things at sea. Let's jump right in. Welcome to the very first episode of the Cruisiest. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the official name, but it's the name today. And in my research of my next Carnival cruise, the Carnival... Okay, so it's a surprise. I won't tell you guys the name of the cruise yet, but if this video gets 5,000 likes, okay, that's it, 5,000 likes, maybe I'll let you guys know which cruise I'm thinking about sailing on next. But while researching some of the cool activities and things to do on Carnival Cruise Line, some crazy cruise stories popped up. It's not uncommon when you look for a review, you get something crazy. So I'm gonna talk about, in this video, the scariest things I saw and read about Carnival Cruise Line. The Carnival Mardi Gras is Carnival's newest and greatest ship. It's so awesome and it's got so many good reviews that Carnival ordered 2 more. The Carnival Celebration, scheduled to sail later this year, which looks pretty exciting, as well as the Carnival Jubilee, which that's going to be sailing in 2023. But with incredible dining and the world's first roller coaster at sea, a lot of people are excited about it, and I don't blame them. It looks pretty cool. However, of April this year, at the time of making this video, a 43-year-old man decided to jump off the ship, a man overboard, 55 miles off the east of the coast of Port Canaveral. That's scary. Personally, this is one of my nightmares. I don't know if you guys watching have had a dream to where you fall off the ship into the abyss, to the darkness, to wherever you look, left or right, you cannot see around you. You're just completely submerged by water. It is one of the most terrifying dreams I've had personally. And I've been on a lot of cruises. One passenger says she saw a pair of terrified men running to tell officers that they had just saw a man jump. I was there when the young men were running, and I told them, stop running, you're gonna fall. And they said, a man just jumped. Confused passengers at first thought it was just a dolphin jumping in the water, but in fact, it was an actual man. And that's when passengers heard the announcement, man overboard. Now, thankfully, I've never been on a cruise sailing to where someone fell overboard, so I can only imagine what some of the passengers were feeling. The ship immediately circled the area for more than an hour in a desperate search to find the man. The cruise line says it's turned down a search over to the U.S. Coast Guard, 2 Coast Guard cutters, an aircraft, and 2 cruise ships were also looking to find the man. That just goes to show how much care, effort, and hard work Carnival put in to help find this man that was lost at sea. A couple of honeymooners on the cruise said after they heard the news, they couldn't go back to sleep. All they could think about was the man overboard. And while everyone is currently sending their thoughts and prayers, it does appear that Carnival has abandoned the search for the man, as well as the Coast Guards, and he has not been found. Scary. Now this next story, while scary, it does end on a much better note. After the Hollywood blockbuster Titanic finally reached theaters, it pretty much shook the entire cruise industry. I, for one, when I saw the movie, couldn't get out of my head of the thought of a cruise ship sinking. If you're not familiar with the Titanic, you need to go check the movie, but long story short, it hits an iceberg, the water fills certain chambers of the ship, it breaks in half, completely sinking into the ocean. Terrifying. One of the biggest fears among many cruise passengers is, what if this cruise ship sank? Now, thankfully, with all the new technology and updates in cruise ships, that is very unlikely. However, what would you do if you woke up after a nap, or let's say you're getting ready for dinner, only to open up your doors and see that the cabin is beginning to flood? Your deck has begun flooding with water everywhere. That's right, on this sailing, their ship had taken on water, or so they thought. Video footage from aboard the Carnival Dreams Caribbean voyage shows that water began rushing from the ship's walls, ceilings, and rooms after a malfunction with the vessel's fire sprinkler system occurred around 6 p.m. Whew, a broken water line. Guys, I could not tell you how worried and how concerned I would be if I did not know it was a broken water line. I would freak out. I'm telling you, I would walk outside, see all the water, immediately think we're going down, and I'd probably pass away right there. I would be stone-faced, full of petrified fear, and not being able to move my legs. Alyssa would have had to help me out. She would have had to help. I don't know what I would have done. No worries, you can always count on Carnival to make it right, as they ended up offering all 3,500 passengers a refund and a 50% off discount to a future sailing. Now, let me know in the comment section below. Is that something you think you would take if that happened to you? I'd probably take it. It wasn't their fault. It happens. Pipes burst all the time on land. It just happened to burst on the cruise ship, which feels much, much scarier. Now, before we get into the next and final story, if you're enjoying this video, please consider smashing the thumbs up button, because next week we're doing the craziest cruise adventures I've ever seen at sea. These things are so crazy they will blow your mind. So please click subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be notified when that video drops next week. Now, speaking of crazy stories, this last one's so crazy, it left 6 people injured, a bunch of people confused, and several cruise passengers walking around using explicatives. That's right, they were mad. Cozumel is a beautiful Mexican cruise port in the Caribbean, but it's also known for incredibly high winds and bad weather. Listen, I've been to Cozumel plenty of times, and I can also name a bunch of times when it's just super rainy, dark, and cloudy. And as you can imagine, things turned extremely dark when the Carnival Glory struck the Carnival Legend. The crash happened as the Carnival Glory cruise ship was maneuvering through the dock in Cozumel. Could you imagine being on board, relaxing, having breakfast, and as you look out into the distance, out the window, all you see is a cruise ship slowly coming closer and closer and closer to your face. It's completely out of your hands. There's been times where I'm in the parking lot thinking that someone's gonna back into me and I'm blowing my horn, but there's nothing I can do if I were on a cruise ship unless I run, which is what many people did. They ran. Videos of the crash were captured by bystanders and shared widely on social media. They showed the nose of the Glory striking the back of the Legend, causing a great crashing sound and ripping a giant hole in the side of the ship. Thankfully, no one was harmed. Listen, guys, I've got one more story, but I think I'm gonna share it for next time. See you next week. Peace.